Hey, we're back. As I said, I had a bunch of videos that I was going to release all at the same time, but I started to look through them and I realized they're a bunch of junky little videos. So instead of releasing a bunch of junky little videos, I'm going to release one big junky video. So here it is. Welcome back to Duckman Cycles of VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. We're back today with my 1956 Volkswagen Beetle, also known as Eleanor, who unfortunately was a storm-ravaged car by Hurricane Ivan about 14 years ago, broke in half, rotted out to hell, left for about 10 years to rot out in the yard. She broke in the middle, and so I did the best I could to rebuild the car to whatever specification I could get it to. Knowing that it wasn't going to be perfect, I built a custom. So Eleanor is right over here, and by the time you're seeing this video, chances are she's probably already sitting at the car show. Right now, it is Friday, and it's morning time. I really didn't want to be working on this car today. My deadline for myself was yesterday, but unfortunately I just had so much going on, just so much to do, and so many interruptions at the same time. You know, it's just the way it goes. So anyways, today I'm trying to get more done on this thing. As you know, the body's been bolted on. Well, I shouldn't say that. The body has been dropped on this morning real early, before there was barely any light. I got out here and I bolted the body on. You've seen me do that in a video before. I didn't think I needed to cover that one. But yeah, all the body bolts are in there. I did have some little glitches getting some of them in there. And in fact, I think I put these in backwards. I'll have to look at them again. But yeah, there's a long side and a short side, and I think I put the long side on the wrong side. So I'm going to have to look at that a little more closely. But yeah, the bolts are in there. These bolts that you see here are for the seats, because inside here we have one seat bolted in. And she sits real comfortably, that's for sure. I'm about to do the one on the driver's side. So please, before we get that far, like, comment, subscribe, pluck that little dingle belly that you see down there by the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to check out Duckman Cycles VW Garage Facebook page. We're up to 100. We're up to like 450 members, and it's growing constantly all the time. All the time. I'm really sorry if my videos are a little shaky. I'm not going to be running around on a tripod too much because the tripod gets in my way. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to be running around with my camera just in my hand like so. But what I got to do is I got to get the other seat bolted in over here. Since I know that the seats are going to fit just fine, since I've established that with the passenger side, I'm going to drop the driver's side in too. Really, I can't say I ran into too many problems, other than I needed to make some special washers to go down in there, because between the heater channel and the seat slider, there wasn't a whole lot of space. But we're going to get back to that. But first, we're going to roll the intro. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're back. Up on the roof up there, you can see a notepad that's actually got my list of 18 things, and I mentioned that in a previous video. There's 18 things I need to put together on this car, and the majority of the really hard ones are done. One of the last things I need to do is finish just bolting together the trim on the engine to make it look nice. I gotta finish bolting in the other seat, so of the seats, you know, half is done. Body bolts, there was still a couple more I need to put in, you know, not a big deal. I got to get to the doodle bastard. I have to set up the tank on it, make sure the tank's not going to fly off, as well as the seat. Two things right there. I also need to put the roof rack on there. That only takes a couple minutes. You know, there's stuff that's really not all that hard that just needs to take place. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I also want to see what I can do about glass. You know, I don't have glass cut for this car, but I do have some Lexan sheets. So maybe I'll just go ahead and cut a couple pieces out and shove them in there, and that way we have something to demonstrate at the show. And people will remember this car from last year, and it's got a lot more progress on it since last year. That's for certain. I mean, just a lot more. Not so much on the body. People may not notice that, since most people aren't very observant anyway. If you deal with the public, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead and start working on them bolts. Inside here on the floor, I've got a multitude of variety of bolts and washers and things, and I'm going to see which combination works best on this side. First, I'm going to try to copycat what I did on the passenger side with some of them really, really big washers that you see there. Because, of course, these floor pans are just made from sheet metal, and you really don't want those seats to pull through. or for that matter, you don't want them to sink through either. I definitely need to reinforce them somehow, and the best way to do it is with the load spreader, and that would be in the form of a washer. So we're going to put some really big washers on there. I'm going to get some things laid out here. I hear my phone going off today. I'm actually on schedule to work, but I have limited hours of availability later on today, so hopefully it's not going to be anything too intense or too far away. Let's go ahead and start cutting, drilling. Well, the holes are already made. I might need to make them a little bit bigger because I did opt for some bigger bolts than I originally had planned, but let's go ahead and grab the seat and see what we can make this thing fit. Well, that went in pretty easy. Now, I don't know if I'm an expert because I did the passenger side first, and that's the reason why, but yeah, it went in real nice. And it's extremely comfortable to climb into it. Yeah, this is awesome. I'm really digging this. Steering wheel's at a good height. Feel an awful lot of play in that steering box. And that's okay. We're gonna rebuild that whole front end anyway this winter. Seats are solid. Before, I didn't have the floors bolted in when I had the seats in here, and well, the seats weren't bolted in either. Everything was kind of laid in place, and this is really firm and reassuring. I really like it. Really like it. Okay. As an added touch for the car show, I put a mirror here on the ground. So now you can see all of my work on the floor pan. And other than it being a little dirty, which I'll rub it down with a wet rag under there. Boy, those kids are noisy. It's recess again. And you can see the kids over there shouting and screaming and running around like maniacs. So anyway, like I said, a little bit of a nice touch, I think. So when people look at my undercarriage, it's easier to judge it. We don't have a best undercarriage, but we do judge for undercarriage, so that's something I added there. I probably should pick up another mirror and do the other side and go underneath the rear suspension and stuff. And of course, once I get the front down, I should probably do that up there too. But it's going to be practically impossible to get your head underneath here during the show, so I figured, you know, mirror make a whole lot easier. I am quite happy with the way this has turned out. Yeah, quite happy. This is really good. This is really good. Next, I need to jump on the roof rack and get the doodle bastard up there. I also need to put a few things together on a doodle bastard. I also need to finish putting a trophy together for this car show. Matter of fact, I also need to put on the front apron over here. That's easy, though. I'm just going to spot weld it in about 4 places. Just tack it on there and just call that done enough. I wanted to put a floor in the trunk and stuff and finish that out, but that's not going to happen. Just not enough time. And it's about lunchtime now. There's plenty of time left for me in a day to get the rest of the stuff done that I wanted to get done. In fact, I could probably have it finished in the next few hours if I really stay focused. And that's good, because that gives me a little time to edit videos and do little updates to the website, among other things that I have responsibility that I must take care of. I still need to drop that rear end a little bit, too. Got to get under there and loosen that little adjustment spoons that are in here. You see them in there? Those 2 little guys. Those are adjusted from underneath the car. I wanted to put it up on ramps and then make the adjustment, but unfortunately the car is too heavy now with the engine and stuff in it. And I know you guys keep whining and complaining and yelling. A lot of you have been asking to see the engine, and here's the engine. Now this is just for show. But it's all brushed aluminum. All the tins are all aluminum. Everything's painted aluminum color. And, well, really, I'm quite happy with it. Of course, it does not have a sealed engine bay, so I wouldn't expect this engine to run too long without overheating. Especially in traffic. If you're moving, it probably would be just fine. But, yeah, it's just for show. I thought it looked kind of pretty and might give me a few extra points at the car show, so, you know, here's going for it. No, it doesn't run. It's got some problems. And the problems were from the previous owner, so it's stuff that I'm just not going to deal with right now. No time. No time at all. I was hoping to have it running and driving, but, you know, I still got to roll it together. That's good enough. I could have bled the brakes even. Those would be working right now, but if I'm not driving it, then I didn't see any purpose to do that. Well, I figured I should show the roof rack, since it looks like it's just not going to fit on here. I was going to put these up here, and then I had a channel that I was going to attach between them, and I was going to stick the doodle bastard in between. Unfortunately, the roof is too big of a bubble, and I can't get the legs to fasten. I can up here, but the dome continues to get bigger as it goes back, and back here the rack needs to be much taller. Unfortunately, that rack's just not going to do it. I imagine I could probably bend it and bow it out a little bit, but that's more work than I want to get into, and then it'll ruin it, and it won't fit properly on the fastback anymore. So Doodle Bastard is not going to the show. I have no way to get it there. That's unfortunate, but no, I can't get it there, so it's not going to be judged. Oh well, we'll have to get it to the next show. The next show I should be running and riding, and at that point it could be my proper pit bike, which is what I was really hoping for this year, but if it's not going to fit on the roof rack, then it's not going to the show. Sorry guys, and sorry to the Doodle. Man, a doodly diddly, which is currently my laundry holder. Sorry, Doodle Bastard. Looks like you're going to have to stay home. Yep, there he is. Well, as soon as we get back from the show, we're going to put more work into him and try to get him together and done. At least rideable anyway. I want to do a speed test, and if everything works out fine, then we'll do a quick breakdown, clean everything up, paint it, put it all back together, and have some fun. So, thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you later. Well, there is our final stance. The front is as low as it'll go when the tires hit the inside of the headlight buckets. And in the rear is as low as I'd ever want to make it while driving. It'll actually go a lot lower than that, and of course I can dump it when I park it. But realistically speaking, I think that's about where I'd leave it. Should have still plenty of suspension travel in the back. And the front, just kick it up a little bit. Once you drive away, I should be able to wind it back up. Currently it's got air in it, but as we talked about, it's not going to have air after I get done with it. I'm going with something else. Still need to cut windows for this thing, but I just don't have the time today. I just don't have the time. And even if I could hurry my way through it, I don't have the motivation. Got way too much going on, way too much in my mind. And there she is. Bad, bad Eleanor. And here's a trophy I was working on. Last minute, I was asked to make a most ugly trophy for the car show, so whatever car gets voted the ugliest, that's the trophy for it. Just thought it was something totally unique, and yeah, it is ugly. It is ugly. But yeah, put that one on your mantle. So you guys, like, comment, subscribe, pluck the little dingle belly next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time I upload a new video. Please, if you like this car, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Tell me you like this car. That'll motivate me to get this thing finished and get it together. At this point, just needs a little more welding work to the body. The suspension is the suspension is done in the back. The front, it needs a little bit of work. I still got to work on the apron. I'm going to do a little more work on the doors. I've got plans for those. Still need to fill in some pinholes across the top, which gives it kind of a starry night appearance when you're inside of it during the day. All the little sunlight holes shining through. But she's getting there. She's getting there. She's definitely going to go to the show, and I'm hoping for a first place trophy in my class. Boy, would that be something else. That would make me very, very happy. There she is. I even threw some rubber mats down inside of there. Those are OEM ones. And they actually are Volkswagen stamped. Those ones were actually made by Volkswagen. They're a little ratty looking, but I'm going to try to scrub them up and see if I can clean them. I think they're pretty good for what I want to use them for. Just to stop the floor from getting scratched for now. They extend all the way into the back. Over there, of course, the only one goes up to the battery area. That door, since I made those adjustments on it, it closes better than any Volkswagen door I've ever seen. Has a nice solid thunk. Perfectly straight, and I mean perfectly straight. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. I think that's it for now, so please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you pluck that little magic dingle belly down there next to the subscribe button so you get updates every time I upload a new video. Don't forget to join me on Duckman Cycles VW Garage group page on Facebook. That's right, we got about 450 members on there, and it's constantly growing. Show update's going to be sometime next week. The show is this Saturday, of course. It's in Pensacola at Five Flags Speedway, so if you're in Pensacola on October 20th of 2018, you want to come to the show. You'll see Eleanor there, you'll see me, and I might bring Skeeter the Duck also. I'm hoping to, but because I'm doing a lot of the stuff with the coordination of the show, I think Skeeter might actually be in the way. Poor little girl. I really want to bring her, I really do, but it just may not be a good day for her. So anyways, thanks for watching. Bah!